We are definitely making the best out of today's video because we are during construction at my house. So the camera that I thought was going to be my nice camera that I've got in the set, and it's got a stand, and then I have to use a different computer because the other computer is at my other house. So we are making the best of what we possibly can. But this is live in Fort Collins. We do a weekly show at 6 p.m. next week. Hopefully, I can get the actual nice camera up and running, but tonight we will make do with this. So I am sorry if the visual isn't as nice, but hey, you get to see, I think that's Nola, a little bit better. So a prettier face than mine, that's for sure. But today and live in Fort Collins, what we do is we look at things that have happened over the last week, things that are happening, a review of what's gone on in city council, and then some developments under review. And we finish with a neighborhood tour, which this week is going to be Parkwood, one of the more desirable, kind of traditional Fort Collins neighborhoods. We will do a drone video of 2 minutes while I kind of talk to you about high level homes in this neighborhood and the area in general. So we are going to get rocking and rolling. And again, sorry if you guys have to deal with this camera tonight. It's at least working. Hopefully the audio sounds okay. If there is no audio, let me know in the comments. But jumping into today's live in Fort Collins. Let's go here again. Sorry, we're making do the best we possibly can because my family is basically nomads right now. But over the last week, the city of Fort Collins, there is a new plans under review. There's going to be a neighborhood meeting beginning of March for a Midtown theater. Kind of, we've had it. We used to have it a really for the last many times. Midtown Arts was off of Mason near Boardwalk, and it kind of got redeveloped into a housing development by the Housing Catalyst. And now they're going to be building an 800-seat venue, kind of Midtown area. Otherwise, Jewelry Emporium, the woman that ran and operated Jewelry Emporium since 1990, and it's always been kind of in the Foothills Fashion Mall and Midtown area. The square is closing up shop here in the next couple of months, which is just kind of a bummer because the Foothills Mall just continues to kind of get pummeled with retailers leaving. And, granted, the McQuinneys are going to do a massive redevelopment on that mall. Probably a lot of residential is going to happen, but we love the retail there. We like the restaurants. So hopefully that picks up and with the price point that the McQuinneys bought that at, that they can give rental rates that make more sense for retailers to operate there. Now, on the flip side, as of yesterday, which was not a great time to open with the weather, especially today's weather that we're getting, JCPenney's, which is now Murdoch's in Midtown, opened up officially. So something that's been closed since 2020. We are seeing these kind of revitalizations of these kind of big box stores that were vacant for many years. Kmart, that's now going to be King Soopers. We finally are seeing construction there. JCPenney is now Murdoch's. Albertsons on the north side of town hopefully gets kind of the city puts some pressure on, whether it's eminent domain or just essentially says, hey, you guys need to get going here. We're tired of this being a vacant building. So at least Murdoch's is up and running. Interesting. I keep talking to people about, I think this is the worst winter we've had in a decade. And yesterday I was at a meeting and one of kind of the group members suggested that, he's in a hockey group and that this is the thickest ice there's been since he's been tracking it and throughout the city of Fort Collins for pond hockey. And I don't doubt it. It's just been consistently cold. I think I could always take into consideration that we'll get a negative degree day, like a significantly negative degree day once every 3 years in Fort Collins. Otherwise, it kind of hovers around 0 to 30 for our lows during the winter. But we can always take into consideration like a decently negative degree day once every 3 years. And we've had it 3 times this year, which tomorrow is going to be negative 18 in Fort Collins. So bundle up. But then it kind of turns around, gets into the mid 40s. So it's a short stint. But I am just over this winter. I just walked in and my neighbor was, shoveling the sidewalks and, just ready for it to be spring. All right. City council was kind of it was a pretty hot city council. There was three main things that they talked about: the trash contract throughout Fort Collins. So I'll go over that. The airport contribution from Fort Collins and Loveland, as well as the max transit, kind of what they're looking at doing. So there was no really developments under review that we need to take any time on today. So we'll just jump into those three things, high level, what to talk about. So the trash contract, we have agreed in principle to bring on a single operator trash supplier. In town, there's been Republic, Waste Management, and Ram Waste are kind of the three big ones. But what city is saying is they want to get to a single supplier, basically have it a utility that the city is going to provide and save on cost, but also get less trucks on the road, and then hopefully get a little bit more control over waste and how waste is discarded because of scrap, food. It might be something that comes along the lines, recycling, yard waste, trash. But we can expect this contract to take place at the end of 2024. Pretty much everyone's going to get, any single family is going to have the same supplier. They're going to get new bins. I believe that's going to be part of the cost. It's associated with your monthly fee for your trash. HOAs are going to have to decide whether or not they're going to use it. There are opt-out fees for individuals, but they're going to be relatively substantial, $100 or more to opt out of using this supplier, which is Republic, which used to be Gallegos, but Republic bought them out. And it's going to be a pretty decent opt-out fee because, again, they're trying to make it very desirable for everybody to be under this one trash so that there's, like I said, less trucks on the road and more control is kind of how I see it from City of Fort Collins. Recycling is probably going to be weekly, which is nice. Trash weekly, yard trimming seasonally. They suggest that the majority of people, most people are going to see a reduction of their bill, but some are going to be bigger. And the ones that are larger bills, the ones that are going to be larger are going to be the larger cart trash users. And the way you can offset some of those are going to be by maybe not using yard clippings. But the majority, most all of Fort Collins should see a reduction in their trash bill. From there, that ordinance passed 6-0. There was 3 ordinances that needed to pass for this contract to take place, and it passed 6-0. So that will take effect end of 2024 once they get all of these things kind of sorted out. The next big one was the City of Fort Collins City of Fort Collins and Loveland has a Loveland Fort Collins airport that I love. It's 12 minutes from my house, door to door. I will help you guys here in a little bit, okay?
And I want a fig bar.
Okay. Sorry, guys. Fig bars for the kids. So the City of Fort Collins and Loveland have a municipal airport that I love, 12 minutes door to door from your car to the terminal. And it's been awesome. We've had different carriers throughout, Allegiant, Avelo, and it's just never taken place. But through the CARES Act in 2020, we received $25 million of basically federal money, but we need to contribute $2 million, which Loveland and Fort Collins wanted to split it 50-50. Loveland was all in if Fort Collins did it. Fort Collins, I love Jenny Arndt. She's an amazing mayor. Definitely will be voting for her next time, regardless of the party. I think she's a great person and smart and business oriented. So go Jenny Arndt. That being said, she brought up a great point. She's like, I've never seen a 50-50 ownership style where we're going to ask the other owner to pay us back for the money that we contributed and have kind of stop gaps. And a lot of those are going to be based off of like operations and users and passengers. But for the investment of $2 million to get $25 million in a 2-terminal airport is definitely something that, is pretty exciting. And that passed. Plan adopted that plan was adopted 5-1 with the only dissenting vote was Kelly Olson. Our man, Kelly, always going against the tide, going against the wave. So anyways, we should see this begin being built out at the end of this year with its completion date end of October 2024. And what that'll do is provide us 2 air terminals. There's a lot of points also for the federal money that we are required to meet, which I believe are like from 18,000 passengers outbound a year to 33,000, a lead qualified. And so there's definitely something to be said for the terminal that will be built. But it'll be awesome to watch. A virtual tower is going to be coming to that airport. What else? There's just a lot of growth in that area. Customs from Martin Lind has been approved. I'm not sure how that financing is going to work, but he's going to have customs there. So that could very well be a pretty decent airport for Northern Colorado and Fort Collins moving forward. The North College Max Transit Plan. So the Max Transit basically goes to, I believe, Cherry is essentially where between Cherry and LaPorte is kind of its transit center for on North College. But we're talking about bringing North College further north onto North College, and the reason is for equity for the people that are living in that area. And there's going to be kind of a 3-tiered approach to that. A short term of having a max line with a 15-minute frequency and protected bike lanes on College Avenue. Midterm, adding a bus-only lane for the max transit, increasing frequency to 8 to 15 minutes, and connecting Wellington service, create a shared use pass, and make a bike pedestrian improvements with construction on North Mason. And then long-term is going to be focusing on frequency of 10-minute intervals with one bus ride from North College to South Transit Center. The questions were, how long is it going to take for long and midterm? They didn't really have any answers for that. A lot of it's going to be on ridership of at least 1,000 people per day, or population growth and job opportunities in Old Town of double the population in Old Town, or 1,000 passengers a day for those kind of tipping points for us to hit the financial of this plan. We need some federal dollars for this, but you could expect this plan to cost about $30 million, pretty big number. And it's going to be anywhere between a 10 to 12 year build out all the way up to a 20-year build out. So pretty substantial. So it was a very interesting and entertaining city council meeting. Definitely something, these things that you want to keep your eye on, because it could lead to buying decisions for your house. Our team at Sukup Real Estate Services work with a lot of individuals moving from all over the country, buyers, sellers, and investors. So these are things that we want to stay on top of so that we can help advise our clients the best we possibly can. All right, so jumping into today's video, hopefully this works smoothly as it is on a new computer. Oh yeah, moves real slowly. So hold with me. It's going to be, we're still at our right time. 12 minutes. We'll be done in by let's see, there we go, here it comes, it's coming, it's Parkwood. Let's watch it. It's coming up. Parkwood is definitely one of the more desirable in Fort Collins, Colorado. You can see I'm kind of jumping around. I'm guessing this thing is loading. Next week I will bring my old computer and my other computer, I should say, and this will go much smoother, hopefully. So I'm sorry, please stick with me. It is coming up. Oh my goodness. Well, Parkwood is a neighborhood built in the 70s and 80s. Oh gosh. Oh, I know what it is. No, it's good. This is terrible. Okay. I'll try one more time, guys, and if it works, great. If not, actually, here, we'll do this. Present, share screen. It's on my, bring this up. There we go, come on. Jeez, this is terrible. I'm sorry, guys. Allow, privacy, allow. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm going to just talk to you guys about Parkwood. We will do a video another time, I guess. I am sorry for this. Very frustrating. But Parkwood's built in 1970s and 80s. Less than 20 houses a year, right around 20 houses a year sell. Price point can really be anywhere. Oh, this is terrible. Okay. Well, price point can be anywhere between $600,000 to 1.5 all the way up to $2 million. This is a great neighborhood, middle of town. Lesher's your middle school, Fort Collins High School, Riffenburg Elementary. You're right close to Adora Park. It's right close to the Powerline Trail, bike trail, and Epic Adora Pool and Ice Center. These houses could be anywhere between 1,700 square feet to 4,000 square feet. There's really a Parkwood West and a Parkwood East. Parkwood West, a little bit bigger lots, more custom homes. Parkwood East, homes on a little bit smaller of a lot, more affordable there. But I would say on the low side, you're probably $550,000 to $600,000 that might need some work. Again, these houses were built in the 70s and 80s, but that being said, a lot of opportunity here, middle of town, right across the street from one of my favorite neighborhoods, Indian Hills, and right near Fort Collins Genesis. There's lots of good things that are kind of attractive about this neighborhood. So if you are considering a neighborhood in middle of Fort Collins, Parkwood is definitely something to take into consideration. I'm going to hang around. Let's wait for any types of questions and see if this video takes hold. And if not, then I'm sorry. All right, that is it. I might have to do this one as far as Parkwood goes again next week, because when I get my other computer, that will be great. But really ended with a bang. So appreciate you guys hanging on and watching. Hopefully at least high level Parkwood is worthwhile. We will do it again next week. We will do Parkwood and have it a little bit better with a video. So join me next Wednesday. I appreciate you guys hanging in there and watching. If you guys ever have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. See ya.